Welcome to Daily Clues, where we dive deep into the chilling true crime stories behind closed doors, uncovering hidden motives and the darkest secrets. Behind every smiling family photo, there can be a deadly secret waiting to be revealed. Today, we unravel one of the most shocking betrayals in recent history, the story of Chris Watt, a man who destroyed the very lives he vowed to protect. His pregnant wife and two young daughters. Prepare yourself for the story of love, lies, and unimaginable betrayal. A man calmly loads heavy wrapped bundle into the back of his pickup truck. The house behind him looks like any other. Tidy lawns, kids' toys scattered on the porch, a mailbox with colorful letters addressed to the Watts family. But this man isn't just loading boxes, he is carrying secrets that will soon shock the entire nation. That man is Chris Watt, and behind those innocent eyes lies a darkest that no one saw coming. Chris and Shannon Watts met in their early 20s. They were the picture of young love, quickly married and eager to start a family. Their social media painted a picture of happiness and devotion, smiling selfies, family vacations, birthday parties filled with laughter. Shannon, radiant and vibrant, was a devoted mother to Bella and Celeste, and excitedly expecting their third child, a baby boy named Nico. Friends and neighbors admired them, describing the Watts family as normal, happy, and grounded. But beneath the careful, curated images and perfect smiles, a dangerous truth was growing, hidden from everyone's eyes. While Shannon was away on brief business trip, Chris' hidden world began to unravel. Behind Shannon's back, Chris had begun an affair with Nicole Kensiger, a co-worker who believed Chris was separated. He wove a web of lies, convincing Nicole he was trapped in an unhappy marriage and ready to start anew. But Shannon was unaware, or at least that was she thought. Chris was living a double life, balancing the roles of devoted husband and a secret lover. The cracks between those two worlds soon became irreparable. On the night of August 12th, Shannon returned home from her trip, alone and tired. The next morning, she missed an important parental appointment, an absence that raised immediate concern among friends and family. Texts went unanswered, phone calls were ignored, but midday Shannon's best friend reported her missing. Police arrived at the Watts' home, where Chris claimed Shannon and the girls had left early that morning for unknown destination. But something wasn't right. Shannon's car, phone, and the girls' belongings were all still inside the house. The house was eerie quiet, the laughter of children replaced by unsettling silence. Neighbors came forward with surveillance footage showing Chris making dozens of trips to his truck, strange, heavy packages loaded into the bed. Police interviewed Chris repeatedly, noting his calm and detached demeanor. His story shifted, contradiction emerging with each retelling. A polygraph test confirmed that investigators feared Chris was lying. The hunt for Shannon and the girls intensified, but the truth was darker than anyone could imagine. Chris was confessed. After long, tense interrogation, he admitted to killing Shannon, smothering her in their marital bed. After confrontation, He then took Bella and Celeste to his work site, an oil field, where he smothered them as well. He hid their bodies in oil tanks, concealing the brutal murder behind industrial machinery. The baby, Nick, who hadn't even been born yet, was lost to this horror forever. The public watched in disbelief as Chris, the smiling husband who was once pleaded for his family's safe return, revealed himself as calculating killer. He claimed he was trapped by his marriage, his responsibilities, and the impending arrival of a new child. He wanted a fresh start with Nicole and thought murder was the only way out. Experts point to his chilling detachment and selflessness, a man unable or unwilling to confront his problems honestly. This was not a crime of passion or loss of control but cold calculation, a devastating example of how domestic abuse and toxic relationships can hide behind the most ordinary faces. Chris Watts was arrested just 2 days after Shannon's disappearance. Facing multiple murder charges, he pleaded guilty in plea deal with that spared him the death penalty. He was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole, ensuring he will spend the rest of his life behind bars. Shannon's family has become a powerful voice against domestic violence, raising awareness and honoring the memory of Bella, Celeste, and Nico. The case remains a haunting reminder of the darkness that lurked behind closed doors. This tragedy exposed many warning signs often overlooked in abusive or troubled relationships. Isolation, sudden behavior changes, secretive actions, and denial are red flags that something is wrong. The Watts case teaches us to trust our instinct, to ask difficult questions, and to support those who might be suffering in silence. It is a painful but necessary lesson in protecting vulnerable loved ones before it's too late. Chris Watts wasn't an outsider or stranger. He was a husband, a father, a neighbor. His story forces us to question the mask people wear and remind us that sometimes the greatest dangers come from those we trust most. Let this story be a warning to all us all to look deeper, listen more carefully, and never ignore the deadly clues hidden in plain sight. Thank you for watching Deadly Clues. If you want to explore more fascinating and unsettling true crime stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Here, every clue matters, and every story is a step closer to justice. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe.